Yo, what is going on, y'all? It is your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. Oh, hope y'all doing all right. I'm not looking forward to what comes next. I am not looking forward to what comes next. What comes next? I gotta stop at Sam's Club. Do y'all like going to y'all big box stores? Ain't that what they call them? Big box? You know, your bulk stores, your Costco's, your Sam's Clubs, your BJ's, whatever else there is. I don't like going to them. I don't even know why. I just don't. I don't be feeling it. But I have to go. I need some dog food and a couple of other things. Oh man. Plus, I think I got some Sam's cash. I got the Sam's credit card where I get rewards from getting gas and traveling and dining and shopping at Sam's. So they just give me cash just for using it. I'm a big fan of credit cards. Despite what many people say. When you swipe a credit card, you swipe MasterCard's money or their bank's money. You don't swipe your bank's money. You use a debit card, you're swiping your bank's money. So I do not use debit cards. But credit cards work. Points and all that stuff works if you're good with your finances. If you're not good with a credit card, don't use a credit card. But if you know how to, live below your means, if you know how to pay that joint off every month, not just pay the bare minimum, and credit cards can be amazing. You can get a lot of good rewards. Flights and hotels and cash. But anyway, y'all, it's your boy One PTA. Look, this video is about real estate. It's probably something I've talked about before. So if you're not feeling that type of video, I'll holler at you. Go ahead, come back. I'll holler at you next time. It's all good. If you heard it before, it's all good. This is just a different way, just a different lesson, a different story. You know what I've decided, or not I've decided, you know what I've learned about myself that I like? I like talking to people who I have no business talking to. I don't mean I don't have no business. I mean people who I probably wouldn't talk to otherwise. I learn more from people who don't think like me. I learn more from people who don't think like me as opposed to being around a bunch of people who think the same way I do. You feel what I'm saying? I like hanging out with people who, under normal circumstances, I probably wouldn't have a reason to talk to them or have a conversation. Like I probably wouldn't have a reason to have a conversation with an 80-year-old white woman from New England or from England. But I had a conversation with a person like that today. I probably wouldn't, under normal circumstances, just randomly have a conversation with a 6'6" farmer in his 70s with suspenders on. I probably, under normal circumstances, wouldn't have a conversation with him. But I recently had a really good conversation with a person like that, and I learned a lot. You feel what I'm saying? Recently had a really nice conversation with a guy who worked for insurance company person, and was giving me some game on insurance companies. What game was he giving me? I don't know, just telling me some of the ins and outs on how insurance companies determine their premiums for people. How the commissioner doesn't set rates for your home insurance. Just interesting stuff. I met a lady today who worked for Playtex. Y'all familiar with Playtex? It's in Delaware. They build feminine products, baby bottles, things like that. Met a woman today who worked 30-something years for Playtex. I'm sorry, I'm just going over some of the people I met. It's interesting. I don't like groupthink. I don't like when you in a group of people and you all think the same way. I like to hang out with people who don't think like me. It's one of the reasons why I want to learn another language, learn another culture. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just in my thoughts right now. But I don't want to go to Sam's Club. That's why I haven't pulled off yet. I do not want to go to Sam's Club. Well, let me get it over with. Oh, man. Hey, today I talked to a guy who's telling me about real estate. Now, I've made a few videos about stuff like this before, where I talked about real estate people who own the homes and, don't like it. Later on, it becomes hard to deal with. It becomes a headache. One guy said it's a noose around his neck. But I met another guy today who simply said, he enjoys doing it. His just caution word of advice to anybody would be, it's not passive income. It is not passive income. And he owns places in multiple states. You imagine owning rental properties in multiple states? Oh man, I can't imagine. But he says he likes it and he would do it again. But he just would caution anybody who's thinking about doing it, let them know that it's not passive. You got to deal with changing laws. You got to deal with, inspection. You got to deal with all kinds of things. He said one of them he uses as Airbnb. And he says you got to deal with the changing laws of Airbnb, like in a particular state. Some states change their Airbnb rules and regulations, and you got to keep up with that. Maintenance, tenants, of course. He said it's a lot and it's not easy. He said, but make sure if you're thinking of getting into it, you understand it's not just sit back, relax, and collect rent money. It's not like that. It's not like that. I have learned about this, and he is another person that's teaching me. And I told you, I never in my life want to be a landlord. Never. He even tried to, let me know he's going to let me use his Airbnb. He said he'll let me use his Airbnb. He thought I was a pretty cool guy. He wished me all the best. And I did the same thing for him in his rehabilitation. But it's just simple, y'all. Anything that you want to invest in, you probably for one, it always comes with risks. And you're probably going to have to monitor and keep track of it closely. That goes with anything. But he just said, just understand that it is not passive. It is not passive. He talked about living in the state of Delaware where we at. He said it's one of the safest states when it comes to things like hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes. And that's one of his concerns as a real estate person, worrying about if the places he has is going to be in some kind of natural disaster. So that's another concern of his that he has to worry about. But he just told me to tell y'all, it is not passive. Oh, Sam's Club is probably crowded. I do not feel like going in there, y'all. I'm sorry. I swear I don't. I'm going to try to be quick, in and out. But yes, man, moral of this very, very short story, since I got to go into Sam's, is if you invest in real estate, if you're thinking about becoming a landlord, it is not something where you just sit back and collect money. That's not how it works. You have to be diligent. You have to be ready. You have to be ready for changing taxes. You have to be ready for changing laws. You have to be ready for changing tenants. And especially if you're thinking about doing an Airbnb play, that's for some people that's proven to be more of a headache, because he says that he has one place I'm telling a little bit of his strategy, one place where the Airbnb laws change to you can't rent it out for like days or weeks. You have to rent it out for 3 months or more. Like you have to rent it out for 3 months or more. Now, he said that there's a way around that, but that's Airbnb or the state's law, okay? He said that there's a way around that. I'll just leave it at that. But his big takeaway is it's not passive income. It is not. So just wanted to share that with y'all. That's my message for the day. I told you I always come out with a message from hanging out with the older adults who I love talking to and spending time with. Hey, yo, there's a guy who talked to me about, he's reading a book about longevity in humans, longevity. And this is an interesting quote he had. I don't know if I completely agree with it based off of what I've seen, based off of what I know, but I do understand why this comment is made. He basically said when it comes to your health, longevity in humans, when it comes to your health, right now, wherever you are in life, is the foundation of your health for the rest of your life. Think about that for a second. Right now, where you are, I'm 44 years old. Right now, my health right now, he's basically saying my health right now at 44 years old is the foundation, the setup for the way the rest of my life's health will be. So if you're 10 years old, that's you in good shape. That's the foundation of how the rest of your life's health will be. Now, you can change your health and depending on what you do, but basically he's saying your routine and how you live your life this is how it's going to go for the rest of your life. So if you're living your life now, you're putting a bunch of crap in your body and you're not exercising, you're not staying active, that's how your life is going to be. However, if you are active, if you are trying your best to eat healthy, if you're trying your best to avoid the crap, then that's a good sign of how your foundation is going to be. I'm not sure if I 100% agree with this because I work in rehab. I've seen people change their trajectories. Okay? I've seen people change their trajectories, but I've also seen the end of a person's life where I could pretty much see how they live their life. You feel me? The end of the life dictates what I probably envision the way you lived your life, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I might look into this book that he, can't remember the name of it, but I might try to find a book on longevity. Might be worth a good read. Oh yeah, but anyway, y'all, it's your boy 1PTA. As always, man, make sure you respect your elders. Respect your elders while I go into Sam's Club and get some dog food. Respect your elders, please. Help people whenever you get a chance. And I will holler at y'all in the next video.